Friday flap number 2. Happy Thursday afternoon to you all, YouTube. It is 3:19, as you can see on the clock there. This is going to be my Friday flap. I thought I would take a moment and go over some items that I bought today on eBay for the MFP project. It's coming along pretty good now, and I think I'm getting ready to finalize the design in my mind, or whatever you want to call that, for how I'm going to power everything and stuff of that nature. So first thing we're going to look at is the items that let's see, let's look at the actual MFP power distribution. There you go. Pretty simple stuff here. There's 4 different things that I have to power: the signal tracer, the DMM, well, it's actually 5 with it, but 4 9-volt things, I should say. The signal tracer, frequency counter, oscilloscope, and a function generator all require a 9-volt supply, and the DMM requires a 3-volt supply. So there's my conundrum for that part of it. Now, as far as the panel meters on the DDCPS over here, I don't know. I mentioned this before, and I don't know for sure, but I'm going to go ahead and power these separately, because I don't want to take a chance on messing them up, if there's any chance at all. So you know how Bill is with his luck. Mine's about the same. If there's any chance at all it would mess them up, I'd be the one that messed it up. So I do have two wall warts ordered for this. They're only 600 milliamp. They're not that big, but like I say, they should be more than enough for just powering the panel meters. So there's your layout. Now, if you take a look at the board, you'll see this item here. Now, this is one of the items that Bob suggested. This is a step down from 12 or 9 volts to several different voltages. 3 volts, one of them, 3.3. I think there's a 5-volt tap and a 9-volt tap. There's 3 different taps right there. Mine will be using the 3-volt, obviously. Basically, I have, in addition to the 2 600 milliamp, as you can see here, I have a 2 amp 9-volt supply. Also, that will be for the primary supply, which will do, like I said, the function generator, oscilloscope, frequency counter, and the signal tracer. So those will all be powered by one wall wart, and I think 2 amps should be covering it pretty good. And so that's what's going to have. Also, you can see this is like a connector here, and it is exactly what it is. I will show you just a moment what I did, the plug-ins and things like that, and you also see the individual outputs for the various things. Here's our voltmeter power and our ammeter power. Those will come from these 2 different things here. And on this side, you'll see the signal tracer power, oscilloscope power. In the middle here is the 3-volt DC DMM power, and on the bottom here is frequency counter and function generator powers. So those are how it's laid out. This is basically going to be a 9-volt power bus, I guess is what you'd call it. And again, in addition to those, it powers this 3.3 step down here also. So that's the way that's laid out. And like I said, I wanted this kind of a modular thing. That's why I went for a plug-in type thing, and I could just, in order to get the remove the panel from its place, all I have to do is unplug a one plug here, and it pretty much takes care of all the power requirements for that. So the rest of the stuff, outputs and things like that, connectors for the probes and things, will all be on the panel itself, so there won't be any need for taking those off. Now, the only other thing I have for the power is the 120 volt that goes into the DDCPS, and that I probably will put on some kind of a connector as well. I haven't decided totally on it yet, though. So I want this to be, like I said, modular enough to where I can plug that and plug this pin, 6-pin connector here, and have it all come apart. And same thing with these individual items. If I need to work on something, all these unplug. I'll show you the connectors I bought for that. Everything here listed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 connectors right there will have individual two-pin connectors on those. So that's going to work on that pretty good. Now let's go in and see what I bought. Okay, we'll start off here with the step down. This is, like I said, the one that Bob suggested. There's a look at it. This is Bob says this row down here is negative. As far as this row down here is negative, and this is positive. This is a 3.3 here, 5 here, and I think DCN is out here. Basically, is what it is. Whatever you have over here is what's out available here. So that's how that works. And so that should work rather well, I think. I also ordered another one because I kind of liked it better because it was adjustable. And let me take a look at that real quick. This is the one I thought would be even better. It's basically the same thing except for the fact that it's adjustable. If you take a look at it, there's a pot right here that you can adjust. And there's the voltage range is 1.25 volts to 36, and I thought, you know, that would be even better than the other one because it's actually a 3.3, which is a little high, but not really that bad. Again, that's you know what I'm saying. That's the one that I thought might be better. But Bob says these are kind of noisy, and so Bob knows best as far as I'm concerned. And so I probably won't use this one, but it'll be something neat to have if I want to play around with it. So there's that. Okay, for the individual components, or yeah, components, I guess. Here's the ones I bought for it. These are just they're labeled as RC type battery connectors. Drones have them, things like that. So you can take a look at those. This is the ones I'll probably use. I bought 2 different styles of this, but I think this is the one I will use for each oscilloscope, the function generator, signal tracer. All those will have one of these connectors, so that it can be worked on individually or whatever. And so that's the one I chose for that. Now I did order another one. I'll show you that real quick. Okay, here's the other style that I ordered. Now I don't know which is better or worse or whatever. But these were only $2 and something, so I thought, well, you know, these are for LED lights apparently, and like I say, I thought, well, they'll work just as good. So like I said, I ordered both sets, and just so I can use either one or both or whatever I need to do. So that's that. Let me try one more thing here. Now, for the 6-pin connector, I came up with this originally, but then I got to thinking maybe it wasn't quite heavy enough to do what I want to do with it. Like I said, it's they're the type of connector I wanted, but at the same time they're just not. They don't look that heavy because that one connector is going to have quite a bit of amperage on it that powers all the different things. So I thought, you know, maybe this is not heavy enough to do what I want to do. So anyway, I decided to go ahead and buy another different one. Now here's the one I ended up buying that I think I'll probably end up using. These are a 6-pin also, but if you look at them, the what do you call it? So the connectors are much heavier, the wire's a little heavier, and if I even go down here to the specifications, you can see right here that they are rated for 3 amps somewhere. I've seen it. Oh, here it is, for 30 amps AC or DC right there. So those should work out better, I believe, in the long run. I mean, it's probably not a big deal one way or the other, but I just wanted to have a suitable connector to where, you know, it would work decently. So I think that ought to do it, and that should make that part of it work out good. Like I said, I can disconnect the whole MFP from the wall warts and the AC connector. I still haven't decided on what I'm using for that yet, but I think that's about it. see if I got anything else here. Here's the one I ordered for the 9-volt 2-amp AC adapter. That's it. And here's the one as I ordered for the meter power. I got 2 of these coming. Should take care of all my needs for powering the devices and stuff. And like I said, I just only need to now come up with a suitable AC type connector, quick connect, disconnect, whatever you're going to call it. And that's going to do me. So now you can see, like I said, those individual connectors will be on each one of these, and then the big 6-pin will be on this one here. And I think that should take care of all that very well. And I'm happy with how everything is going so far. And so let me get over to my other part of this little talk. Is the my gout problem is still here. I slept pretty good last night. As long as I'm taking Tylenol or whatever, I can do things, nothing strenuous, but at least I can move a little bit, and I can get some sleep that way. So it's helpful in that part of it. But I'm wishing or hoping this goes away soon, because I really kind of like to get back to the MFP. And I know you guys are probably getting tired of that. I understand that, but I would like to get as much done to this as possible. Right now I'll probably be taking a break waiting on parts, because most of those parts I ordered are coming from China, and you know, everybody knows it takes a little while for those to get here. So anyway, that's that. I can go ahead and do a few things that while I'm waiting on it. But the other thing I wanted to tell you about was the scope. I have decided not to mount that as I had originally planned, which was to cut a large hole and just mount basically the top section of the plastic case in there with the whatever underneath, and do that. I think I'm going to just go ahead and cut the 4 little screw holes and mount it right up on top of the MFP. That way I'll have to have a couple of holes drilled for the cable, one for the BNC connector to come down through and around to the front. I'll make up a custom cable for that, no problem. And the other one will be for the power connector to come down through and be connected to the power. But other than that, that's drilling 6 holes is a lot better than trying to nibble out that big large area, and then I'd still have to have the 4 holes anyway. So I think that's a better plan. And like I said, next time I get back in the shop, I'll outline a little bit better and show you what I've got in mind. But that's that. I'm still going to do the frequency counter as I originally decided to do that, which is to cut out the rectangular circle and have that available, because obviously it doesn't have a case like this one does. Also in the mail, I got a couple of items that I've ordered previously. One was the little pistol grip tripod. I think I mentioned that I ordered another one of those to have one in the car, so if I'm out doing some shooting in the car and I forgot my tripod, regular tripod or whatever, I can use one of those. And that came in. And the other frequency counter that I ordered, the LED version one, it came in, and I haven't had a chance to mess with it at all, but it is back in the shop now. So that's 2 of the items. Let's see, what was the other one? There was another item that came in. Now I can't remember what it was. Okay, now I remember. The other item is the feet I ordered for the HP. Now these were actually computer case feet, but I figured, well, they work well for that HP. They should. 4 large rubber ones there, round type, and they should do well. I'll probably put those on here soon, and I'm going to let it sit flat with those on there for a few days, and before I put it back up on its little pedestal, and we'll go from there. But like I said, that's things I have ordered, and things I have coming, or actually they have come, and the other items are the ones that are coming. So that ought to do me. I don't know what else to say as far as flapping goes, but really didn't get out to go out to the park today or like that. Didn't really feel like doing that. I did have a surprise visit yesterday from my brother-in-law and my sister. They come up to Belterra in Vivi there for a while every once in a while, and every now and then they'll drive up here. It's probably a couple hour drive from there to here, and I appreciate their visit. We talked a lot, and they're both doing pretty good, and seemed like the family is and everything like that. So had a good visit, and that was an enjoyable time. And like I said, that's I don't know. It's just not much else going on. Like I said, I had ordered Domino's on one day last week. I can't remember what day it was. Basically, I had it all weekend. I buy a medium pizza and a dessert, which was the marble cookie dessert. I kind of like that because those items, if you buy them, they'll last you, 4 days for a single person. Have a couple pieces of pizza a day for supper, and then a couple of little brownie, marble brownie things, and that makes a good supper. And like I said, for I think $14 and something, that puts your per meal cost at around $3 something a day, so that's not bad. And I do that every now and then. It seemed like it might be more expensive. It would be if you ate it all at once, but I don't think I could eat a whole medium pizza anymore. There were times when I could, but not here lately. I just haven't been in the mood to eat that much pizza. But it was good. Like I said, I get pepperoni and sausage, and that's about all I get on mine. And so that was pretty good. I had yesterday when my sister and brother-in-law came, I went and got tuna at Subway, and that was good. So probably back to my home stuff here. I have hamburgers back there. I have chili. I have a couple other items that I could eat if I wanted to, and probably I'll fix something like that for supper. It's 3:41, so I've got a ways to go till supper time. So that's what's going on here. So I don't know much else to tell you. I keep watching Clear Value Tax. I like his method of reporting as far as he's very concise about what he tells you, and it doesn't take you forever like me and like Bill to flap about it. But he gets to the point right away and tells you what's going on and what's happening. Looking more and more like it looks like a second stimulus check coming, so happy about that. Always happy to get my money back, and anybody that isn't is probably crazy. But I mean, it's helping a lot of different people too. I'm not saying I'm beyond it, but I can do with any help I can get. But that probably means if I do get another stimulus check, that the other item I wanted to buy was that scope, 200 megahertz Regal scope, and I'll probably end up getting that if it hasn't went up in price too much, and probably end up getting one of those, and that's going to do my scope. Now, looking at the items that I have for the bench as far as what my usable equipment is going to be, I have the Fluke multimeter, the bench multimeter on top of the HP. I have the HP obviously. We'll have the MFP in there, and again, you guys all know what's involved in having that, and I'm not going to repeat all that. Of course, I have other digital multimeters that I have. If I need another multimeter, I'll have a signal tracer there with that. On the other end, I think the only thing that's going to be there now is going to be that B&K radio analyst. I think it's a 970. That's going to be a while before I get that completely restored. I haven't actually worked on it for a long time, but I think I have all the capacitors I need to get that part of it done. And so I think it was actually working. It was not doing too bad actually. If I remember, the oscillator was even the RF signal generator was working and working pretty good, I think. So it shouldn't take a lot to do that. So I'll have that on one end, have the HP on the other end, and that's going to probably do my equipment. Of course, I've got my tube tester. I don't really use the tube tester a lot, but it's there if I need it, and I do have the computer in there now. I have, if I want to use that, I can do that, and just a lot of different things. I've got to redo that shelf that where the monitor was sitting and that clock, and I got to get that clock, put a new battery in it, see if I can get it fixed and going again. I think it's a standard type, I can't remember the number offhand, but I think it was a standard type battery that it takes. I think I may even have some of them, so hopefully that's the case and get that going again. Like I say, that's pretty much what's going on. As far as what I want to do when all this is said and done, as far as when I get all this MFP done and get everything back to sold that I want to, oh, that's the other thing. I'm not going to do another Saturday sale until the C3 is gone, and so far I haven't put it on eBay, but I'm pretty sure it'll go pretty quick. I've been waiting on my hand. There's no way I could pack that thing up now and get it ready to ship and take it to the post office, all that stuff. So like I said, I'm going to wait until I'm back being able to do things again, and so that's the plan on that. And like I said, that's just the way it's going to be, I guess. But like I say, I'm in no hurry to sell that stuff. Again, probably the next thing I do probably sell is the audio generator, the little ICO 377. That's a good little thing. Now, I don't recall, but I don't believe I did any work to that at all. I think it just worked out of the box, as it were. So I don't really think I did anything, and it probably benefit from recap. But I'm going to sell it as is, I think. And if anybody wants to work on it, they can. If they don't want to work on it, it still works. So what else can you say about a thing like that? So the thing I'm dreading to selling is the scope, the B&K 60 megahertz scope that I bought. Not that it doesn't work or anything like that. It works great, but it's just so big. I just hate shipping big things. It's a lot of hassle to get it to the post office, and a lot of get packed up, things like that. And it's just hard to ship big items. Not that I don't have boxes. I have plenty of boxes, but so that's another item that's got to go. Still thinking about the frequency counter that I have. I think I'm going to keep that, the heat kit. I think I'd like to have that and keep that around. So I don't know what else, if anything, there is that I could sell or want to sell, I guess. I have some radios that I've got 3 of the Zenith AM/FM solid state. They're table radios, but I've got 3 of those, and they all work now because I fixed them all. But I don't know. I don't really need 3 of them. They're all basically the same model on the inside. The cabinet's a little bit different on one of them, but other than that, they're pretty much the same. Thought about selling one of those or 2 of those. I don't know. So things like that I've got a couple of. There's not really a lot of sense in keeping a couple of them, or 3 of them, or whatever. I have 3 or 4 now of the Hallicrafters, 38B, C, whatever it is. I can't even remember the number. So I've got to either get those restored or whatever I'm going to do with them, and maybe move one of them out. Still looking for my DX 160, I think is the number, Radio Shack. Still looking for a cheap one of those. It seems like eBay's prices have went up a lot here lately. As I was looking at those C3s, I couldn't believe some of the prices I was seeing. And so, like I said, I guess it's a good seller thing, but if you're looking to buy something, it's not so great. But that's just the way it works, I guess. So I really am not saying much of anything, and it's going to be soon supper time here, and I'm going to get off here and do something else, either get some supper or do something else. So that's going to do my Friday flap for today. I know it wasn't much, and I'm sorry about that, but it's really all I felt like doing, sitting here in my nice comfortable chair. And you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And we will see ya.